This bitch need some caution. Can't take it off.
I've been wanting to do this video for a long time, but the time has come. The time has finally come. Is Jay-Z over goddamn rated? Me personally, I believe so. You gotta think. I was born in the year 1998. And you have a bunch of hip hop heads that were born after that. You feel me? So we were around for all the great classic, shit from Jay-Z, but he's been associated with legends the entire time. For my generation specifically, what we know from Jay-Z, which we know his work before we were around, but what we were around for is his work with Kanye West and Beyonce. Beyonce and Kanye West are two staples in 90s babies music catalog. Jay-Z not necessarily a staple in which brings me to this point. You got people, he came out around the time that Tupac and Biggie came out. Obviously, Tupac and Biggie's careers were cut short. But even Tupac and Biggie, to me, have their music played and their names respected and their projects and their work respected just a tad bit more, actually a lot more in my opinion, than Jay-Z does. And Jay-Z has been making music, he had a 20-year edge on him or advantage on him because he's been making music for 20 years or more. And it's crazy because I got a baby sister. She 11 years old, so she can't speak too much about rap music period, really, but she can't speak too much toward who's good and who isn't and what's good and what isn't. But she said something interesting, and she told me nobody really cares about Jay-Z. And I'm like, it fucked me up because I'm like, man, that's not true. But you saying that kind of makes me think, why do we care about Jay-Z? What has Jay-Z done to deserve the name and the respect and the status that we give him? Or has he just taken that? And so that's where this video comes in. I said, he got his start around the time, when he came into the game, you had DMX, you had Tupac, you had Biggie, and then you still had Dr. Dre and them, NWA and them. You still had all these guys out. But the people that were on top of the game, mind you, Jay-Z is heralded as the one of the greatest, if not the greatest rapper ever. I'm not knocking that. If anything, you can't knock the fact that he got a bunch of quotable lines. And he got a line that you can associate for damn near any time, in any era. So you gotta give credit where it's due. I don't want to take away from that. But if you were to ask me, Jay-Z or Kanye, I'm taking Kanye. If you were to ask me Jay-Z or Wayne, I'm taking Wayne. If you were to ask me Jay-Z or Tupac, Jay-Z or Biggie, in most cases, I'm not taking Jay-Z. Shit, even when LL Cool J was at the height of his career, he was the best rapper out. You feel me? Like, at what point was Jay-Z, if he's the best rapper in rap history, at what point was he considered the best rapper in the game. Was there any year that you can pick to and say that year he was the greatest? All his competition died out. You feel me? Sad enough to say, but that's what happened. If Tupac were alive today, would we look at Jay-Z the same way? I don't think so. If Biggie were alive today, I don't think we would look at him the same way. Even DMX, and this is where what I really want to get into, because even DMX put out 3 classic albums, I'm pretty sure, in the same year. In the same year. Jay-Z was around for this, but Jay-Z was inferior to these men. You feel me? So if your competition has to die off or has to get, addicted to a substance or something for your way to be paved, I don't know how much that speaks to, your greatness rather than how much it speaks to your opponents, passing. I want to go to this freestyle. This is a freestyle from a while ago. It says 14 years ago on the YouTube account, but that's just when it was posted. I believe that this was back in like 97, 98-ish. But just kind of seeing the way that these two men are received, mind you, this is a freestyle. DMX Jay-Z backstage freestyle. You can tell who's the bigger artist, who's the better artist, who garners the most attention. Shit, I even remember, I'm gonna play the video after this, but Jay-Z told a story about how he had to come out and rock a show after DMX had just rocked the show, and how hard it was to compete with that. And even little shit like that can tell you a lot about a story and a lot about, it give you a lot of context. But let's look at this. You feel me? Like the flow was there. The shit. Oh, what's really on my mind ain't no holes in the pen. You feel me? Like the character is there, the bars is there. Like, but let's see what real GOAT shit look like. DMX, that was cool. You see DMX sitting in the back. That was smooth. Brethren. Lil bro. A for effort. Look, shit gets silent when DMX about to rap. Niggas is paying attention. Oh, nah, X, he not playing, man. With your windpipe. Nigga, not letting nigga, he not playing with the nigga. Across your windpipe. He's speaking specifically to Jay-Z. Background man, Jay-Z. Listen, it's another video where Jay-Z is explaining how tough it is to perform after DMX. And I'm not saying this to say that, because not everybody's the best performer. Not everybody's the best performer. Not everybody makes music that is, to be performed. Not everybody makes music that's to be performed, but it does give you a little bit of insight about how these men were received. Okay, when DMX died, unfortunately, he didn't die being heralded as the GOAT. He didn't die, being received the same way he was received in that backstage freestyle. You feel me? Cause now Jay-Z is the one that looks like the GOAT. In 2023 or 2021, whenever, DMX passed, rest in peace. But that's interesting to me.
Just about like what he meant to the culture and maybe meant to you personally.
By the way, the first time I boycotted the Grammys was for him. We both came out that year. He didn't get nominated. He dropped 2 albums, had 2 #1 albums in the same year.
Right. I remember that.
I just referred to that.
I won that year for rap album. So my first Grammy win, I wasn't in.
Think about that. Think about that. Jay-Z even knew that he won an award that he didn't deserve. And look at him year later. Not year later. Years later, being heralded as this man that has accomplished so much, which he has. But imagine who would be heralded the way Jay-Z is if they were still around. And they were given the awards and the backing that Jay-Z's been given his entire career. This man dropped 2 #1 albums in the same year, and he lost the Grammy for Best Rap Album to Jay-Z.
Yeah, I wasn't even in the building because I boycotted the film. So there was a nut. He was just all passion. My fondest memory of DMX is he improved my stage show. Remember, rap tours wasn't going out at that time. There's no rap tours before. Right. Maybe the Fresh Fest in the 80s or sometime, but there's no rap shows. Me, DMX, Method Man, Redman, Ja, The Locks, this tour is packed. First night, 360 sold out. Everyone has a great show. Meth and Red are flying in the audience. They were incredible performers. Everyone's destroying. So X is about to go on, and I'm like, I want to see. I got like
X is before you.
X is going before me. The lights are off. He's in the hallway. It goes doom doom. And now the arena's shaking, and I'm like, this is cool. And then it goes doom doom, and then he goes, and the fucking arena goes crazy. First of all, it's deafening, and I'm like, oh shit, he's running.
Shout out to
He
DMX.
has a thing like the Alizé and Hennessy mix. It looks like blood. It's like he's drinking blood, right? And he's running back and forth. 1, 2, 1, 2. Here he goes. And going halfway through the show, then he takes his shirt off. And the girls are screaming, ah!
And the dog chain.
Yeah, the dog chain is tripping and he's going nuts, right? And I'm like, shit. This is halfway through. Now first the guys are going crazy. Now the girls are going crazy. And then he gets to the end and he starts a prayer.
Oh my God.
And now they're crying.
Yeah.
The whole arena is crying. They're crying tears. And I'm like, they're like, hey, now you go.
Now you go. Now you go. It's hey, buddy. You don't compare sometimes. Sometimes you not comparing. I don't know, man. I feel like Jay-Z is a little bit overrated, man. I feel like his peers, he's had a longer career than, so he doesn't really get compared in the same sense. But if you just look at it, I mean, every year of his career, I feel like he had a peer that was better than him. When Tupac and Biggie and DMX and Ja Rule, even LL Cool J, when all these men were out, Jay-Z wasn't the top of the food chain. Kanye came out. Wayne was out. T.I. was out. Ludacris. I mean, it was just a lot of people. And I'm not saying that any of these people in particular are better rappers than Jay-Z. But I'm saying, where did the title of the best rapper ever come from if there's never been a time we can distinguish you as the best rapper in the game? Is longevity the only reason why we giving him that badge? You feel me? Because if that's the only reason why, then I think a legitimate argument can be made for a lot of the people that passed away or didn't have a long career, in relation to Jay-Z. And there's a bunch of reasons why your career may not be as long. We just seen, you feel me? He just told an entire story about how polarizing DMX is. There's nothing DMX can, or there's nothing that we can do about DMX, substance abuse or the lifestyle that he lived and what he got to, ingratiated in. That's nothing. There's nothing we can do about that. But we shouldn't allow that to be the reason he's not heralded the same way Jay-Z is. You know what I'm saying? All I'm saying is Jay-Z is a little bit overrated, man. Y'all let me know how y'all feel about that. And name your favorite Jay-Z songs. You feel me? We can show love here. I want to show love. Name your favorite Jay-Z song.